Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us and welcome to our Sale to Success webinar series. We're very excited today to be here to share with you the latest and greatest in our GPU droplet portfolio with some new and existing products from NVIDIA. So I just wanted to first start out with a little bit of the setup and ground rules for our webinar today. So we love engagement, and I think many of you, if you're joining on demand or you're joining via social channel, you've come in today with some questions, we'd love to use the comment section to hear from you. So it'd be great to warm up the room a little bit if you could share a bit about where you're joining from, if you could share maybe a little bit of your experience. If you have any with DigitalOcean in the chat, we'd love to know if you're coming to us as an existing customer, a new customer, just wanting to learn more. And we also would love to know a little bit more about whether you've used GPU droplets and kind of your current projects in the AI ML space. So again, please use the chat to share more with us. We'll have an opportunity at the end of today's webinar to take your questions, but as we go, it'll be helpful to understand where you're coming from and what you're interested in learning about today. In terms of who we are, so my name is Waverly Swinton. I'm a product marketing manager at DigitalOcean, focused on AI ML, and I'm joined today by my colleague Yaz Unal, who's a senior product manager with DigitalOcean. And he will be taking us through some of the deep dive into the products, and I will kick us off with an overview of where we'll go today. So again, welcome to the webinar. Please, say hello in the chat, add any comments that you have, and we'd love to, again, get to your questions as we go through this content. So just a little bit of the roadmap for today. So I am here to kind of kick it off and welcome you all. We'll spend a couple of minutes because I know the audience that's joining us has a very different orientation. Some of you are new to DigitalOcean and some of you are very familiar. So I'll just talk a little bit about our company and our AI ML tools. And then we'll go through GPU droplets specifically. So I'll give you kind of that overview of what is this product and how do we think about it. And then I'll transition over to Yaz. He's going to talk, as I mentioned, about our new GPU droplets from NVIDIA, and he'll go deeper into a lot of content and things that you want to know. And then we'll wrap it up. As I mentioned, we've left some time for questions, but please continue to add your questions in the chat as we go. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with us, this is a slide that really encapsulates how we think about our value and how we can help you perform in your business. So it's really for us about simplicity, scalability, and approachability. So we pride ourselves on really taking away a lot of that extra time and effort to free up for you the opportunity to really focus on innovation and projects. So, you'll notice if you've gone through the DigitalOcean setup, the simplicity, we really want to make it easy for you to get started. And as we think about things like GPU droplets, I mean, we have customers who are able to spin these up in less than a minute. So we really want to make things simple and easy. Our second big pillar is scalability. So as many of you may know, we've been in the cloud business for quite some time, over 10 years now. And we have, and I'll share this on a subsequent slide, global distribution, right? So we want to make sure that we are scaled in a way that helps you scale around the globe. And you can just see some of the volume of the volume that we handle depicted on this slide. And then finally, hopefully you gather this just from today's engagement and other ones that you may have had, which is approachability. So we really want to make sure that we're supporting you. And some of the ways that we do this is just in the transparency that we provide around billing. You'll notice maybe versus other larger hyperscalers or cloud providers that we're very transparent and predictable in our billing. And we want to make sure that we can help you. So we've got a 24/7 support offering, as well as an average response time that's less than 5 hours for a lot of our customers. Now, as I mentioned, I wanted to share with you all just a look at the global distribution. And I really love this slide just because I'm always amazed at the volume of customers around the world who are building amazing things. So we have 16 data centers. We have a data center in Atlanta that'll be coming up available soon. We have 638,000 customers in over 190 countries. And again, that just kind of blows my mind just thinking about the coverage there. And over 165,000 digital native customers. So really we have a lot of enterprises building with us as well as developers. So I think as you take a look at the slide and just, kind of take it all in, we really have a breadth of offering no matter where you're located in the world to support you. Now, in terms of our offering, this is a great way to kind of think about our company. So at our core, we're really focused on infrastructure as a service. So we provide virtual machines, we have droplets, storage, and networking solutions to really power your cloud infrastructure. At the level above that, we offer platform as a service, and we have some new solutions here, and some of you may be attending the webinars and learning about them already, including the Gen AI platform. So great opportunities to learn about that. There'll be a webinar actually next Wednesday on the topic. And then at the top level, we offer software as a service, including things like AI agents and a wide range of third-party applications that are made available through our marketplace, which can really help you extend your cloud capabilities. Now, going just a level deeper, this is kind of the way to think about as we get into droplets, how they fit into our overall compute options. And again, I'm sure many of you are familiar, but just a reminder, droplets are virtual machines. We have many different plans, and these are self-managed, so you can really self-service. And what's the newest thing that I think we're all very interested to learn more about, of course, are graphical processing units, or GPUs. Along with this, though, we also offer managed Kubernetes, as well as an app platform. And all of these, again, we find our customers not just come to us for droplets in a lot of cases, but really to leverage the whole ecosystem. And Yaz will share more about how you can do that specifically with GPU droplets. Now, again, I think getting into the heart of things, I think many of you are aware of. Just this is a nice overview to learn more about what GPU droplets are. Use cases, of course, are training and inference on AI ML models, processing large data sets, neural networks, deep learning use cases, and high performance computing. And with DigitalOcean, we offer GPU droplets in a couple of different configurations, including 1, 8, and multi-node. And as we talk about the new products that we're offering, Yaz will walk you through what your options are for config for each of those. Now, one of the questions that we get a lot would be, why should I pursue GPU droplets with DigitalOcean? What are some of the benefits? And we really see these as some of the key things. So obviously, one of the biggest benefits that our customers tell us about is just the flexibility, being able to use GPUs virtually without having to have the physical hardware, particularly as you're building up your company, is a huge benefit. So that comes up, I would say, very frequently in our customer testimonials about value prop. I think the second one, and this is very exciting because we have some new products from NVIDIA that we'll be announcing today, but obviously the value of the high performance that we get with the partners that we work with. And then thirdly, as I mentioned before, really that integration. So being able to leverage not just the GPU droplet, but our entire product stack to really build with us. So integration is a big benefit that customers really come to us and say that's really helped them to accelerate their AI ML products. Now, finally, for this section, I wanted to just pop on screen a look at our current GPU droplet offering. And this gives you an outline kind of where we're going to take the conversation. So on the left side, if you're an existing customer, you may know that we've offered H100s for some time. And you can see clearly here, there's some differences, obviously, in the specs, the memory, as well as how our customers are using these products. And we're really seeing it for more foundational model training, high performance computing, and some more intensive computational tasks. On the right side is where we want to focus our attention for most of today, which are on the newer GPU droplets that we are offering. So we've got NVIDIA L40S, which was recently added to our portfolio, and we will be adding very soon the 4000 ADA generation and the 6000 ADA generation. And we're super excited about these because we know there are more use cases out there, particularly around smaller model training, inference, and graphics and rendering, that we think we've heard from customers they'd be excited to have a more diverse spectrum to choose from. So this is just a slide to kind of keep in the back of your mind. We can certainly go back to it for Q&A, but this gives you a picture of the current spectrum. And I would love to turn it over to Yaz to really go deeper, particularly into these new offerings on the right side.
Yeah, thanks, Waverly, and hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today, walking you through our new offerings. And please share if you have any questions. We'll be happy to help answer any questions you may have with these new GPUs. So, as Waverly walked us through, we're talking about 3 new GPU models for our portfolio today, namely NVIDIA L40S, RTX 4000 ADA, and 6000 ADA. These are brand new GPUs. They're all based on the ADA Lovelace architecture. They all come with 4th generation tensor cores. They deliver more than twice the AI performance of the previous generation. And on top of it, you'll see that 4000 ADA comes with a 20 gigabyte of memory per GPU, whereas 6000 ADA and L40S come with 48 gigabytes of memory per GPU. These GPUs also include 3rd generation NVIDIA RT cores. These RT cores deliver up to twice the throughput over the previous generation, and they deliver massive speedups for workloads like photorealistic renderings of movie content, architectural design evaluations, or virtual prototyping of product designs. These GPUs also come with AV1 encoders. It's basically 40% more efficient than common encoders such as H.264, allowing users to stream at full HD resolution and let them increase their resolution up to 40 and 40p while running at the same bitrate and quality. I'll also mention that these GPUs are virtualization ready, and they come with support for RTX Virtual, NVIDIA's RTX Virtual Workstation software. Next slide, please. So what are some of the use cases you can tackle with these 3 brand new GPUs? As you know, we also have NVIDIA H100s under our portfolio. You can think of H100 as the more pricey, more performant counterpart, whereas these 3 GPUs fill in a gap where we're trying to serve a more cost-effective and a wider set of use cases. So you can really run cost-effective inference with these GPUs. They're really great for low latency Gen AI inferencing, large language models training, natural language processing, speech and image recognition. You can also use these for small model training, training small large language models, or you can use it to fine-tune existing models. H100s is, model training is where H100s excel. And we'll get to this in the next slide, but H100 is really for medium to large model training. But if you don't need that big of a size, you can really use these GPUs and, train your models for, less than half the price of an H100. Another benefit of these 3 GPUs is they come with RT cores, as I mentioned in the previous slide. So these are really great GPUs for graphics-heavy applications. You can run these GPUs to address use cases like digital twin simulations, video analysis, video image generation, real-time 4K streaming or 3D rendering. So you'll see these GPUs, as I mentioned before, really come with a great performance improvement over the previous generation. L40S is a net new GPU model, but RTX 4000 ADA and 6000 ADA had a previous generation of the same GPU model. But if you compare the performance of the current generation versus the previous generation, you'll see here that L40S represents a 70% increase in AI training performance compared to A100. And if you look at the price of an A100 GPU in the market today, roughly you can get the L40S offering under DigitalOcean for approximately 50% less compared to what's out there for an A100. And also for Gen AI use cases, you can see that relatively L40S provides a 20% performance increase over an A100. Similar performance profile for 4000 ADA. You'll see that compared to the previous generation. For graphical use cases, and including inference as well, 4000 ADA roughly offers 50% performance improvement compared to the previous generation. And you'll notice that we do offer the older generation of these GPUs. We offer it at the same price point. So with the new generation, you get the same price point, no price increase, but a 50% performance improvement. So it's really a cost-effective GPU with the newer generation. And next slide, please. Yes, similar performance profile for 6000 ADAs as well. You'll see that in graphics, we can see a 50% performance increase, and in use cases like AI inference or rendering, it goes up to twice the performance of the older generation when you look at RTX 6000 ADA and RTX 6000, which is the older version. I'll mention that all of these three GPUs come in a single GPU configuration. So right now we don't offer 2, 4, or 8 GPU configurations for these GPU models. Although we'd love to hear from you if you have a use case that requires you to run any of these three GPUs in a multi-GPU configuration. Next slide, please. Yeah. So how do our users use these three GPU models? As I mentioned before, cost-effective inference, small model training and fine-tuning, graphical use cases like video and image processing and streaming, and versatile compute environments mixing AI and graphics. Whereas if you look at H100, as I mentioned before, it's used to train foundational AI models that have much higher memory and performance requirements. Again, H100 excels at fine-tuning medium to large AI models, and more advanced use cases like AI research, HPC environments, and more intensive computational tasks is where you need a GPU like H100. You can link multiple H100s to use it in a multi-node configuration. You can use it as an 8 GPU offering. So you can fine-tune, the configuration of the GPU based on your use case requirements. But if your use case is not that significant, it doesn't have the performance requirements, these three GPU models are really great options, especially from a cost standpoint. Our price point for H100 is $3 per GPU for the 8 GPU offering, whereas you can get an RTX 4000 ADA for prices as low as 76 cents, which is roughly the 25% the cost of an H100. So it's a massive cost saving opportunity for our users. Yeah, so we try to capture some of the common large language models out there, their minimum GPU memory requirements, and some of the GPUs that you can use from the DigitalOcean GPU portfolio to run these models. So as we covered in the previous slides, models that have low GPU memory requirements up to 20 gigs, such as Llama 3 and 3.1, the 8 billion parameter models, you can pretty much use all of our GPU offerings to run these models. So you don't really need an H100. You can go with one of these cheaper options. As you get into models that require more GPU memory, like the Mistral Nemo that has a 12 billion parameter requirement and a 24 gigabyte GPU memory requirement, you can use our 6000 ADA, L40S, and H100. This is where the 4000 ADA starts falling short in terms of performance, but still you can use the rest of the portfolio. And as you get into 70 and 400 billion parameter models, you'll want to use 6000 ADAs and L40Ss in a multi-GPU configuration, or same for H100s. Yeah, so this is an important slide. We'd like to highlight that GPU Droplets are 2024 SOC2 compliant. We are also HIPAA compliant. So you can, if your use case requires you to have one of these compliance requirements, then you can happily deploy your workloads on DigitalOcean GPU Droplets. And we've linked some of the pages we have explaining more details on this. Yeah, and I'll turn it over back to Waverly.
Yeah, thanks, Yaz. So one of the things that we know is a lot of customers are looking to learn more, or maybe looking to just try out what we offer. So we have an offering where if you create a DigitalOcean account, you can receive a $200 credit. So we'd love to encourage you, and I will drop the link in the chat. If you're not a customer and you're thinking, oh, I'm kind of interested, I want to learn more, this is a great opportunity to get in our ecosystem, try some things out, and then if you share with us your AI/ML use case, we'll start to send information, for example, new products that are available, sharing more about how we can support you. So I'd certainly encourage you to just register. Doesn't take more than a minute. You're just giving your email, and that will allow you to get information from us on the latest and greatest, including these new NVIDIA droplets. So we're at a great point where we'd love to stop and take some questions. So I think the best option for folks is if you have a question and you're on this webinar, you can just pop it into the comments and we'll take that and we'll address it. If you just wanted to see something or go back to a slide, or you think it'd be helpful for us to follow up on any open questions you have, we're happy to do that as well. So let's just take a minute and, folks, feel free to share, or if you just have a use case and you wanted a little bit of guidance on which product might be appropriate, we'd love to hear from you, and you can drop that in the chat. Could be that we're just super, super clear and folks are just super excited to get their hands on these NVIDIA machines. So I can see there's quite a few people on the live. So hopefully everyone is getting their questions answered. But we'll stay here for a few minutes, definitely, if there's something on your mind. And again, as Yaz mentioned, these products will be available, particularly the 4000 and 6000 ADA that we mentioned, very soon. So we're going to follow up if you're registered for this webinar, and also if you're registered for DigitalOcean, you'll be getting an email very soon about the opportunity to use those. So again, we'll stay on here, and if folks have questions, please just drop them in the chat. If there are no questions, we will drop off. But again, I'll give everybody maybe till the half hour. If anything comes up, we will be here.
Yeah. And you can always reach out to us outside this webinar as well if you have any questions.
One thing I can do while we're just holding for any additional questions is I'll go take us back just to the overview slide in case folks joined a little later. I think that's a good one to reference. And again, if you're a later joiner, we spent a good amount of our time talking about the right side of this slide, particularly the new lower priced offerings that we have. L40S available now in RTX 4000 ADA and 6000 ADA coming soon. So I'll just leave this up to the half hour for folks who may just be looking to grab the latest information. All right, so we are going to wrap up. Again, we want to thank everybody for attending. We are excited about the new offerings and we'll continue to do these webinars. Just a reminder, they're every Wednesday. The topic does change, but next Wednesday, 5/14, will be on the Gen AI platform. And again, we're happy you've got our name, so feel free to reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to take any questions and help you out on your journey. And thank you so much for joining today.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.